Must read. Scare people with a virus. Place them in quarantine. Count the number of dead every second of every day and every news headline. Close all businesses. 40 million out of jobs. Peak unemployment. Remove entertainment. Parks, gyms, bars, restaurants, sports. No dating, no touching, mask people. Dehumanize them, close temples and churches, create a vacuum, let depression and anxiety and desperation set in, then ignite hatred and civil war, civil unrest, empty the prisons because of the virus, and fill the streets with criminals. Send in Antifa to vandalize property as if they are freedom fighters. Undermine the law, loot, attack law enforcement, but tell government to order a standstill. We are all being baited by adversarial governments who want to destroy America. China, Iran, Russia have the far left abuse the racial wars to fuel the fires, and in an election year have Democrats blame all of it on the president. This is what modern warfare looks like. Lockdown ain't gonna last forever. Moon's out, poon's out. 20% off now. This is more important now than ever. Be kind to one another. Like Ellen DeGeneres likes to say. Be kind to one another. Be kind to everyone. Show them the love. Show them the love.
So this weekend, I went to Dallas for the Cowboys game, and during the game, they showed a shot of George and me laughing together, and people were upset. They thought, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president? Didn't even notice I'm holding the brand new iPhone 11, and I was aware that I was going to be surrounded with people from very different views and beliefs, and I'm not talking about politics. I was rooting for the Packers, and get this, everybody in the Cowboys suite was rooting for the Cowboys. And so I had to hide my cheese hat in Portia's purse. Here's the thing. I'm friends with George Bush. In fact, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that that's okay, that we're all different. Just because I don't agree with someone on everything doesn't mean that I'm not going to be friends with them. When I say be kind to one another, I don't mean only the people that think the same way that you do. I mean be kind to everyone. Doesn't matter.
This video. This is it. Spot on.
What's your response to some of the people that thought you were being disrespectful by being on your phone and not being attentive to them?
Well, I was on my phone, and yes, that's true. I was following developments with a 5-year-old little girl sitting on her dad's lap who just got shot in the head by a drive-by shooting. And if some of the people here gave a good goddamn about the victimization of people in this community by crime, I take some of their invective more seriously. The greatest racial disparity in the city of Milwaukee is getting shot and killed. Hello. 80% of my homicide victims every year are African American. 80% of our aggravated assault victims are African American. 80% of our shooting victims who survived their shooting are African American. Now, they know all about the last 3 people that have been killed by the Milwaukee Police Department over the course of the last several years. There's not one of them can name one of the last 3 homicide victims we've had in this city. Now, there's room for everybody to participate in fixing this police department, and I'm not pretending we're without sin. But this community is at risk, all right. And it's not because men and women in blue risk their lives protecting it. It's at risk because we have large numbers of high-capacity, quality firearms in the hands of remorseless criminals who don't care who they shoot. Now, I'm leaving here to go to that scene. And I take it personally, okay? We're going up there, and there's a bunch of cops processing a scene of a dead kid. And they're the ones who are going to be out there patrolling and stopping suspects that may have guns under the front seat. They're the ones that are going to take the risks of their lives to try to clean this thing up. All right? We're responsible for the things we get wrong, and we take action. We've arrested cops, we've fired cops, and so on. But the fact is that the people out here, some of them, who had the most to say, are absolutely MIA when it comes to the true threats facing this community, and it gets a little tiresome. And when you start getting yelled at for reading the updates of the kid that gets shot, yeah, you take it personal, okay? Now, no offense, but I'm going up there now.
Friendly reminder that George Floyd was killed by a dirty cop in a Democrat city with a Democrat police chief and a Democrat mayor and a Democrat attorney general and a Democrat governor. Yet Democrats are saying this is Trump's fault. Instead of canceling all the festivals and county fairs this summer, let's just call them protests. They're protests with live music, foods, drinks, and rides. We'll just bring them in. We'll just call it a protest. That way thousands of people can come in and it'll be perfectly fine. You're accepted. The guys with 3 fingers and an eye patch sell the best fireworks. 20% off? Now, you're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splinters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker does, Husker don'ts, the cherry bombs, Nipsey Dazers, with or without the scooter stick or one single whistling kitty chaser.
I'm begging everybody with my platform and along with my WWE superstars and NFL and NBA and everyone else in Major League Baseball, enough is enough. You can't clean up somebody else's house if your own house is dirty. We have a great reputation of being a great city here in the Tampa with great leadership. But this is not the way to do it. Having this stuff just planted everywhere, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And to every single person out there that's protesting and somebody's telling you it's the wrong thing to do, no, the hell it ain't. It's the right thing to do. And if they don't like the way you do it, if you're doing it peacefully, screw them. But for you all out there that are agitating this with your public comments and throwing bricks at the police officers, you throw a brick at me, don't think that I won't throw something back at your ass. They're human beings too. They're not robots. So for once, we as a country have an opportunity to come together and say, you know what, enough is enough for all races.
Peaceful protesters. We're getting looted, blamed for the actions of violent looters, gun owners. First time, America. A country so great that even people who hate it refuse to leave. 20% off today, Kentucky. Nothing says like President Bush slinging a fastball over home plate.